Welcome, class. Take your seats. Take your seats, please. Everybody find your seats. Grab your coffee. Grab your notes. I am Dr. Professor Gino, and I am here today to give you a lecture on failing fast and failing soft, otherwise known as iterate, iterate, iterate. All right, have some coffee. Here is the crux of the lecture, and here's the thesis, right? Everybody's scared to do anything, whether it's changing jobs or starting businesses or investing in different things. Now, they get stuck because they think of all the negatives that could happen. What if it doesn't work? What if I lose my job? What if I lose all this money in the investment? What if? Cool. That's not a good enough reason to not do something. And here's why. Because you need to design all these changes and actions with failing fast and failing soft. What does that mean, Dr. Professor Gino? A great question, class. Here's what it means. It means do the change quickly and do it in such a manner that if it goes wrong, it doesn't hurt you that much, right? You're scared about investing. Great. The answer is not don't invest. The answer is invest $10. You see what I mean? Throw in $10, dip your toe in the water and see, okay, it worked out, it didn't work out. I freaked out when the market went up or down and I sold and I have other stuff I need to work on from investing. Great. You're learning. You're on the journey. You've started. Congratulations. The hardest part was starting. Guess what? You're already ahead of 99% of people out there. All right? That's the point of this. If you fail fast and fail soft, eventually you don't fail. You actually succeed in one of these. And what did you find? You found the path for you right now to go wholeheartedly into. And you only lost the tiny bits that you were risking each time you were trying a path. You didn't throw, I've got $50,000 to my name. I YOLO'd into call options and now I've got $0. No, you tried maybe, 20 different investment options. And one of those was options and you invested $100 instead and you lost those 100. But then you tried $100 of NVIDIA and that's done pretty well. Now you have like $108. And you also did $100 of the S&P 500 and that's done okay. That's at $103. And then I tried $100 of this penny stock. Well, okay, that one's only at $50 and $100 of this other thing. You see what I mean? You're learning. I don't know if I should spend, $10,000 on a freaking real estate course or certification or whatever the heck it might be. That's fine. Maybe pick up like a real estate book, a real estate investing book for $10. Low barrier to entry. You can read up on it. And if you say, wow, this was cool, but it's not for me at all. Great. You lost $10, some of your time, but you actually know more about real estate now and you know that you can avoid it in the future if that's not your jam, right? That's not your deal. You see what I mean here, class? Failing fast and failing soft is a way to circumvent the fear of not starting at all. Because the fear of not starting at all is the killer, the number one killer of anybody's wealth creation dreams is they stay dreams. They never turn into a plan, and they never turn into a plan that's acted upon. If you're improving a little bit every day towards the goal that you have set, eventually you're going to get there. And if you don't get there, you get much farther along in the journey than if you had never started at all. The journey of a million steps starts with one, right? If you remember Skyrim class, there's something to be said there, but that's a video game thing. That aside, look, the other benefit of failing fast and failing soft that Dr. Professor Gino has identified is that if you do it consistently in different aspects of your life, not even just money, although we do focus on money here, and wealth and creation and finance, you can actually live a more experience-filled and dense life in 1 month than other people have lived in a year. Dr. Professor Gino, what do you mean by that? Great question, class. What I mean by that is if you iterate and try different things softly and you find things that you really like, what do you think your life looks like 1 year from now if you try earnestly that path towards a lot of stuff? With your hobbies, with your relationships, with your significant other, with your family, right? If you're trying to make all these things better, okay, I have a list. I want to be closer to my parents and closer to my brothers and closer to my significant other. And I want to be maybe owner of a boat. And maybe I also want to pick up this hobby. And maybe I also want to have $10,000 more of net worth. And maybe I also want to live in this different area of the US or the world or whatever, or I want to work remote. If you put this principle of failing fast and failing soft into all of those, and you're actively managing it insofar as you're improving slightly on all these different things, what do you think your life looks like a year from now? The secret here, class, is most people are just kind of on cruise control since like age 25 maybe to 30 for the rest of their lives. They find their significant other, they get married, they found their career, they get their job, they buy their house, they have their kids eventually, and maybe they don't try a lot of new stuff. They don't live different experiences. They don't try to live different experiences. And some people have everything that they could ever want insofar as all of that's concerned, and they've basically succeeded. Props to them. I will say, though, a lot of those people are not super happy in work and in life. And when I was working in defense contracting, 9 to 5s, right? The amount of people that I would talk to, and they would say, well, Gino, you know, when you get to retirement, you have certain stuff to look forward to. And it's like, bro, I have traveled more than you on my own accord with my own money in a short period of time and seen more of the world than you have at all. This guy's like never left the state, right? In his like 60 years of life. That's not a finance thing. That's not a I didn't have time thing. At that point, that is absolutely just a you didn't prioritize it, or you got too scared, or something. You let yourself get in the way and nothing came of it, right? And you've had this dream for forever. When you actively work towards these things, you can live such a more fruitful and filled life. You have way more experience to give everybody. You become a better, more well-rounded person because you become self-actualized. You realize that you do have the agency. You do have the ability to influence your outcomes. You do have the ability to become the person you wanted to be. I've heard it told from many therapists, you're either the hero or the victim of your own story, but it's only one or the other. So which are you, class? Are you going to fail fast, fail soft, iterate, and be the hero? Or are you going to never start at all, or try once with a huge sum of money or a big wallop and get crushed, and then never try again and be too scarred? Which is it going to be? Hero or victim? Now, class, if this is at all proved useful to you, I appreciate it. Please hit the like button, subscribe. This is Wealth Creation College. I am Dr. Professor Gino. This is what we do here. We talk about different topics of conversation. If this at all was interesting to you, please let me know down below. And your homework here is to fail fast and soft at something this week. This week. That's your homework, okay? For extra credit, tell me about it. Come back and tell the class, tell the group. I was really scared about this one thing. I invested this money and I lost all $10, or it went down $1 or up $1, or I bought $10 of Bitcoin. I didn't know how to buy Bitcoin before, but now I've got a tiny bit of Bitcoin. Whatever it could be. Go and do it, experience it for good or bad, right? And then come back and tell the class. This is Dr. Professor Gino at Wealth Creation College. Class is dismissed.